Adam Cole the best performer in the WWE today over AJ Styles? Can it be? For most of you guys, you're probably like Adam Cole or AJ Styles. Both of them are not even in my top 5 right now. But this is just for me. Over the whole Thanksgiving weekend, ever since Survivor Series, I've been thinking about this. I was like, you know what? For me, AJ Styles was like the top performer in the entire WWE. On the mic, in the ring, even when he was a face, he was still cutting some decent promos. He was better. He was all right. His character was decent, and he could go in the ring, obviously. But after Survivor Series weekend, I was like, you know what? I think Adam Cole might have him on this one now. Not to say that AJ Styles is terrible in any way or that he's lost a step. No. This just is my opinion. I'm saying Adam Cole is just a little bit better than him. You know, if you were to give me Adam Cole versus, let's just say, Tommaso Ciampa, right? Adam Cole versus Tommaso Ciampa, or AJ Styles versus Tommaso Ciampa, I would take Adam Cole versus Ciampa probably every day of the week, twice on Sunday. I would want to see Adam Cole. Who's the best on the mic right now? I don't even know. Give me Adam Cole versus Kevin Owens on the mic, or Styles versus Kevin Owens on the mic. I'd take Adam Cole versus Owens on the mic any day of the week, twice on Sunday. So just overall performer, I just think Adam Cole has become one of the best. And this is like, I didn't know who he was before he joined NXT. So this is just, and this is not who's the best overall performer in the world. I'm just talking about in the WWE bubble. NXT, SmackDown, Raw, 205 Live if you count that stuff, NXT UK. I had no idea who he was. When he came in, I was like, I don't really understand this guy. Like, what is he supposed to be? You know what I mean? I'm not a big guy myself, but as a wrestler, you know, like I've just been told that they have to be a certain height, a certain weight, they have to look a certain type, and Adam Cole was just not fitting the mold for me, and I was like, this guy is too small to be taken seriously. Not that Styles is any bigger, but you know what I mean. I'm just giving you my first opinions on what I thought about Adam Cole when he joined NXT. And just off the bat, I was not seeing anything in him. Fast forward 2 years later, I'm making a video all about him. Who would have thought? But anyway, I think now that NXT is considered the main roster, I can say that Adam Cole is just the best performer over AJ Styles. I thought AJ Styles was the best one for the last couple of years since he joined WWE in 2016. And then he turned heel later on in that same year when he was going up against John Cena. Since then, he has been the best on the mic, in the ring, all around, quantity, quality, all that good stuff. And NXT didn't really count, or you could have said a bunch of guys were the best performer in the company, like Sami Zayn or Finn Balor. But I was talking about just the main roster, Raw and SmackDown. AJ Styles, since 2016 when he turned heel, he was probably the best. And you know, over the years there have been that one person that's just been good in the ring and on the mic. Good work, you know, as a heel or as a face. They just captivated you. You wanted to tune in for this person. Guys like Randy Savage, Shawn Michaels in his early career, maybe Bret Hart even for some of you guys. I didn't really like him that much on the mic as a babyface, but during the Hart Foundation times in '97, Bret Hart was actually, you know, all right. I would actually be captivated with what he had to say. But you know, Shawn Michaels in the late '90s up until when he got injured in '98, and obviously Austin, Undertaker, Triple H, Kurt Angle. You could maybe say Eddie Guerrero, but he didn't have that much longevity as a top guy to kind of get a feel of what he would have become if he would have stayed a little bit longer. But yeah, Kurt Angle, Shawn Michaels again in like the late 2000s or mid to late 2000s. You know, 2006, 2005. His matches against Triple H in the early 2000s. His matches against Taker in the later part of his year, or in the later part of his career when he retired. Let's see who else. CM Punk, obviously his whole run in 2011, 2012, a little bit into 2013. Daniel Bryan, his whole rise, the Yes Movement and all that stuff. Seth Rollins even. I know a lot of people hate on him, and his character is terrible right now, but I did enjoy his stuff after he turned on the Shield as a heel. He was doing, he was having great matches as well. Same with Dean Ambrose in 2016-ish. Before Styles became a face and actually said, you know what, we're gonna put all our chips into this guy, and they actually made him a star. And AJ Styles has become that, became that one guy that you were like, I want to tune in to see what AJ Styles is gonna do. He had his rivalries against Dean Ambrose, Shane McMahon, Kevin Owens even. I mean, at the time, whether or not they delivered at the time, it's a whole different story. Styles versus Owens was one of the things that you wanted to tune into, because you didn't know, you were like, Kevin Owens on the mic, and then the matches that they're gonna have is gonna blow the roof off this place. It turned out not to be so much that amazing, but you get my idea. You wanted to tune in because you were captivated by these people. And now, obviously, Adam Cole. During the AEW and NXT Wednesday Night Wars stuff, I'm not tuning into NXT just because. At first, it was because I didn't want to do anything with WWE. I didn't care to watch anything about them. But now it actually makes any sense that I only watch AEW live, because the way that my DVR is set up, if I DVR something, I'm probably 90% never gonna watch it, and it's just gonna fill up space in my DVR. So I just watch AEW live and then save NXT for when it comes on the network. But if NXT was by itself, I would tune in just to see what Adam Cole was gonna do. And then his whole run in November, it was technically October, wasn't it? Actually, no, it was November 1st, because Halloween was on Thursday. Yeah, so his whole run in November was probably the main thing that brought eyes to him from me. Like, you know what? This guy is the real deal. He's like one of the best in WWE right now. If booked correctly, and if they stayed healthy, and if they were allowed to be, allowed given time and for their matches and all this stuff, guys like Bobby Roode, Kevin Owens, Daniel Bryan, Drew McIntyre, Samoa Joe, Shinsuke Nakamura, like, these guys could be the top performer in WWE right now. But just because they're not booked well and their matches aren't really given any time to showcase their talent in the ring, and they're not really given that much mic time. Well, Kevin Owens kind of is, and Daniel Bryan is given time in the ring, but it's like one or the other. It's not two. It's not both of them, like in the ring and on the mic, kind of like Adam Cole is, at least in my eyes, the way that he's booked. That's why those guys aren't, to me, like the top performers or in the conversation. But right now, obviously, or in NXT as well, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. Like, Tommaso Ciampa, I haven't seen him have a good match against. I'm not gonna say that, because there's been some great matches with Tommaso Ciampa versus anybody else. Even the previous match against Finn Balor, that one was alright. But when you think about it, like just every single time, every single night, on his A game, like even Johnny Gargano, like, he's great in the ring. Or Ricochet, he's great in the ring, but on the mic, they're not all there. Matt Riddle can be a little bit, like, he can go in the ring, but he's not going to give you a 5-star match every single night. And on the mic, he is either on or off depending on what night it is. But with Adam Cole, it's mostly every night, just like it was with Styles, just like it was with Shawn, with Hunter during, with Triple H during a period of their run. Austin, obviously, his entire run. Well, maybe not during when he turned heel in 2001, or like when he was the GM. But anyway, to kind of put this in perspective, we're gonna take a look at 5 pay-per-view / takeover events from this year, and we're gonna compare Styles versus Adam Cole, and we're gonna see if Adam Cole has had a better 2019 to give him this spot, in my eyes, as the best overall performer in the company right now in WWE. So yeah, let's take a look at those 5 pay-per-view matches, or 5 pay-per-view events / takeover events. We're gonna start in January. Adam Cole was not at TakeOver Phoenix, so Styles is gonna get a pass here, even though his match against Daniel Bryan was not that great. It was slow paced, and this was like during a run where his feud against Daniel Bryan was just going on way too long, for like, I think it was going on 3 months. So yeah, Styles gets a pass here, I guess. Adam Cole, though, was not at TakeOver Phoenix this month, so Styles gets a quick and easy point here, I guess. So 1 for Styles. let's go to WrestleMania. Adam Cole versus Gargano was at TakeOver New York, and then Randy Orton versus AJ Styles was at WrestleMania 35. Both of these matches delivered. The build up to Orton versus Styles had more good moments on the mic, but Cole and Gargano had a decent build. Even though it was not supposed to be Cole versus Gargano, they still managed to find a way to get it there. And Orton Styles on the mic, probably the best build till WrestleMania in that short amount of time. So Orton Styles gets a point on the points, or on the promo side. Cole Gargano was alright, but however, the thing that takes it to the top and is gonna, give Cole a point here to tie it all up is the actual match. Cole versus Gargano, the match was way better than Styles versus Orton. Orton versus Styles wasn't that bad. It was just not there, like they don't give these people enough time, and when they do, it's like slow paced. It's not, let's just get at it, you know what I mean? And in 2019, that's not what you want to see. So Adam Cole ties it up. Moving on to Money in the Bank, because they had Money in the Bank and TakeOver 25 around the same time. So Money in the Bank, we had AJ Styles versus Seth Rollins, and at TakeOver 25, it was Adam Cole versus Gargano number 2. Adam Cole versus Gargano, it was actually beloved by the fans. In my eyes, I didn't like it because it was just a spot fest, even though that's what most of their matches have been. But it was beloved by the fans, so alright, we'll keep it there. And the feud was actually getting to a nice climax, because now this match was meant to be between them two. It wasn't meant to be Gargano versus Ciampa, and then it got switched. So this was actually the feud and the match built for them. While Styles and Rollins, it was like, can these two good guys get along before their match? And that is such a lazy way to book a pay-per-view match between two good guys. Like, they don't have to get along. So the build for Styles and Rollins gets a down for me. Gargano Cole, the match, gets a down for me, and Styles Rollins gets an alright. But since it was beloved by everybody and their mama, I'm gonna give another point to Adam Cole here for his match against Gargano, and he won the championship. AJ Styles sadly did not. So one world title win, and the other person did not get that world title. So Adam Cole's gonna get another point here, 2-1 in Adam Cole's favor. Let's move on to SummerSlam now, and we had Ricochet versus AJ Styles, and then on the other side at TakeOver Toronto, it was Adam Cole versus Johnny Gargano 3, and maybe it wasn't 3 in terms of how many times they face each other in NXT or in WWE or in real life, but I obviously it was their third takeover for the title. So yeah, Gargano versus Cole 3 go up against Ricochet and Styles. So the previous night at SummerSlam, Styles, or actually that was the second night. At SummerSlam, Ricochet and Styles had a decent match. It was building up nicely. The feud wasn't that great, but you knew that these two guys could go at it. But it wasn't given enough time, and Styles versus Ricochet just ended too soon. It could have built to a better match, but it just kind of stopped right as it was getting hot, right? So yeah, Ricochet Styles, not a great feud, but it was a decent match. Moving on to Gargano and Cole, though, it was a 3 stages of hell match. 3 stages of hell match, right? I'll admit that's one of my favorite matches, one of my favorite match stipulations. Triple H and Austin at No Way Out, Triple H and HBK at Armageddon. That was not a loved match by any means from fans, and especially not the one with what's his name, Orton and Triple H. That one was obviously nobody's favorite match, but I love them just because of the 3 stages of hell stipulation. It just makes the 2 out of 3 falls match that much better. So I'll be a little biased here in saying that Adam Cole obviously takes the night. It was a great match either way, even if I didn't like that stipulation. Gargano vs. Cole 3 at TakeOver Toronto was decent, but just to let you guys know that I'm just not putting all bias into this, let's go to a app. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's called the Grapple app. I'm not sponsored by them. I genuinely like this app, or love it. You could go with either one. It's spelled GRAPPL, if you want to download it. I don't know if it's on Android and stuff, but it's on the App Store on iTunes. So yeah, let's look at the Grapple app and see what this is. Just regular ratings, or regular people just going on here and rating certain matches out of 5 stars. Kind of like Dave Meltzer, but it's more based on how fans enjoyed the match itself. It's just not one person's view. It's multiple people coming on here and grading it as a whole. So out of, let's take a look at Ricochet versus Styles. Out of 285 ratings, the Styles match got a 3.2. Alright, 3.2. And the Adam Cole match, out of 384 ratings, so more people decided to rate this match because they were like, you know what, Adam Cole is the best performer in the WWE, just like my man over here at GX2 Entertainment believes, even though I didn't believe this at the time. But anyway, 384 ratings, it got a 4.0. So Adam Cole is going to get the win based on the Grapple app. I'm just taking that into consideration. Adam Cole gets another point here. It's 3-1. There's only one last weekend to look at, the Survivor Series weekend. So AJ Styles is by far, you know, or has been taken out of contention to even get another point here to win. And let's just say this, at Survivor Series, the whole month of November, like I said earlier, it just opened my eyes to Adam Cole. And Adam Cole had a great month. He took on Daniel Bryan and Seth Rollins on the main roster. Decent matches. The Daniel Bryan match was great. I think the Seth Rollins won. Jesus, I have a terrible time when there's an S at the end of a word. But anyway, that match I think ended in a DQ or a count out or some shit like that. But it was still decent. Takeover, War Games, and Survivor Series, his matches were probably the best of the night. Other people will disagree. I just don't see. A lot of people say that it was the women's War Games match. To me, I could take it or leave it. People would have said the 3-way match, the Riddle versus Balor match. It's Takeover War Games, so it's gonna be one of those matches. If it's a War Games match on the card, one of those matches is gonna be it. The women's match did nothing for me, to be quite honest with you. I just don't see it in the women in NXT right now. They probably have the best women's division, but I think it's because Shayna Baszler is the women's champion. Everything else that they're doing, Bianca Belair, Candice LeRae, Tegan Nox, and Dakota Kai thing, that stuff is, I'm all for that. But Rhea Ripley and Shayna Baszler going for the belt, I just don't see anything in that. But yeah, Adam Cole had the best match, the best War Games match, especially with that spot. In my eyes, Adam Cole had the best match at Takeover War Games. At Survivor Series, now we're going to look at both AJ Styles and Adam Cole were on the same card, and they were actually in probably 2 out of the 3 best matches on the night for me. Maybe for everybody else. I'm not taking a look at the Grapple app because I don't need it. But Adam Cole versus Pete Dunne was just a tad bit better. The Nakamura, Roderick Strong, and AJ Styles match was alright, but that one kind of ended odd. If AJ Styles might have gotten the win, if it had gone maybe a little bit longer, maybe 5 minutes longer. It built up nicely though, I will say that. That 3-way match, it built up nicely. When it ended, it was an appropriate time to end it. It didn't go, it didn't go too short. But if it would have gone maybe 5 more minutes, maybe that one could have been the match of the night for me. It still was Pete Dunne versus Adam Cole for me. There might have been another match that I liked. Maybe I think Bray Wyatt and Daniel Bryan was the 3rd best match of the night for me. And like I said, this is all opinion. You guys can have your own take. I'm just giving you my presentation on things. Obviously, AJ Styles turning heel again in 2019. His promos against Randy Orton before WrestleMania, that gives him some brownie points. Being a heel always does help somebody in WWE because they can cut better promos. But in the ring, his matches were just not given that much time to breathe and get to that next level where it goes from an alright match to a great match. You know what I mean? They were just never given that much time. On the other hand, Adam Cole, now whether it is just because he's on NXT and they're given a certain it's a different, even though it's under the same umbrella, the WWE umbrella, it's a different brand. Raw and SmackDown are the same thing, run by the same guy. NXT is run by a different person, even though it's still all in the WWE. So maybe that has something to do with it. But AJ Styles was given some decent mic time. He was just not given that time in the ring to show what he has like he did in previous years. In his matches in 2018 against Nakamura in some of them, against Daniel Bryan, in 2017 against Kevin Owens in some of them, against Brock Lesnar, against John Cena in 2016 in his matches with Dean Ambrose and John Cena as well, and Chris Jericho. In 2019, he just wasn't given that time in the ring. Adam Cole, on the other hand, was given that time, and on the mic, he's by far, one of the best in the company today, in the entire thing. So now that NXT is looked at as the main roster, Adam Cole is the best worker on the mic, in the ring, and in terms of quantity and quality all around, in my opinion. Again, I'm gonna throw that out there. You don't have to agree. This is just me presenting my stuff. And obviously, like I said earlier as well, this is not me shitting on AJ Styles in any sort of way, especially since I believed he was the best overall performer before Adam Cole. And this isn't anything against Raw and SmackDown or me being an NXT fanboy. I call it like I see it. So do you agree or not with this opinion? Leave in the comments who you guys think is the best overall performer in the WWE today, and obviously not in the world, because that's already taken by Orange Cassidy. I don't know how long I have left in terms of how much free time I'm gonna have. Unfortunately, my video that I was gonna put out for the 2016 retrospective stuff is not probably gonna be out for a while. I have the sound and stuff already ready just to be edited. I was hoping to get my 2015 retrospective video back with actual clips instead of just pictures, but unfortunately WWE was an asshole and they rejected it. So now not only do I have a copyright strike, I know that I can't do clips, so that kind of puts a bummer on things. I was hoping to have that one out like 3 weeks ago, but on the 25th I think is when I was gonna get the okay to publish that 2015 video, and then I was gonna go ahead with the 2016 one. But then when it got rejected, I kind of lost interest in making the 2016 video or to finish editing it. So now that that has kind of settled down, I'm gonna start to work on that one, and then I'll probably have a 2017 one. I might not have a 2018 one just because I have a video called how WWE should have booked 2018, and that's kind of like the same thing. So you guys can go check that out if you want to see a 2018 retrospective. But for 2017, I might do a separate Raw and SmackDown one just because it's too much. When I was making the 2016 one, it was just getting out of hand. It was just too much shit that I was talking about, and when I was collecting the clips that I was hoping to use, but at the end of it I'm not going to. But when I was collecting the clips, it was just too much. I was done with like one half, and I was like, am I done yet? And then I still had to do Raw when the brand split happened. I still had to do a whole separate clip gathering for Raw, and then when I finished that, I was like, that felt longer than when I collected the first half of the year. And then I was gonna have to do the collect clips for SmackDown, and that's when I got the rejection. And I was like, you know what, fuck that, I'm not collecting clips for SmackDown. I'm just gonna do a regular picture slideshow like I did for the 2015 retrospective. So now that this video is out of the way, I want to have this video idea. I had this video idea throughout the whole time I was watching Survivor Series, and then over on YouTube as well. You can check out, and on iTunes I think, or anywhere that you can get a podcast, Marked Out Professional Wrestling Podcast, Marked Out Podcast. They have shows after Raw and after NXT and AEW on Wednesday. They have shows where you can go and interact with them. And I threw out this idea to them that Adam Cole, or not to them, I just put it on the live comments. I was like, Adam Cole, best overall performer, or Adam Cole is better than AJ Styles now, something like that. And they went off on me, and then I was like, you know what? No, I'm not gonna be. No, I respect where they're coming from. I'm gonna, continue to watch them and support them or whatever. And if you have some time, go over there and check them out. I might leave a link in the description if I remember. But anyway, I told them then, they were just going off on me. They were like, are you kidding me? No, AJ Styles, blah blah blah. I was like, you know what, let me make a video about this. Adam Cole has had a better 2019 than AJ Styles, and that's what I was trying to say. I wasn't saying that he was the best all time, you know what I mean? I think that's what they thought I was saying, or that AJ Styles is just not good anymore. No, AJ Styles is still decent. I just feel like in the company, Adam Cole has had a better 2019 than AJ Styles, and moving forward, I think Adam Cole has just been, you know, since 2019, the middle of 2019, and moving forward, Adam Cole is just gonna be looked upon. He's gonna be looked upon as the go-to guy, kind of like AJ Styles was, to be put at the top spot, to carry his brand. You know what I mean? So that's just what I mean. I don't mean AJ Styles is terrible. I don't mean Adam Cole is the best wrestler of all time. I just think at the time, right now, he is the best performer in WWE. And like I said, you don't have to agree with it, but that's just where I'm coming from. And that's gonna be it. I am out until the next video, whenever that is.